This crime took place days ago. The fire and the exposure to the elements make identifying the victims difficult. The male victim is wearing a black mask, but I can't positively identify him as Roman Sionis without a DNA analysis. Something I can't do in the field. I can identify the female victim based on her fingerprints. Tiffany Ambrose, Roman Sionis' girlfriend. Or one of them at least. She was no angel, long list of priors, but nothing to indicate she was the target here. The fire spread as a result of a Molotov cocktail thrown into the room. It may have been intended to destroy evidence. The shallow trajectory of the bullet suggests the shooter could be someone of Penguin's height. But the grooves on the floor suggest that the victim was killed by someone leaning back in a chair. This bullet was fired from a revolver. Ballistics analysis indicates a low angle of trajectory. The shooter could have been someone of Penguin's height, but the pattern in the gunpowder residue suggests the bullet was actually fired by someone lying on the ground. These fingerprints are a match for the Penguin, but they're on top of the soot from the fire. The cops were right. Penguin was in the room, but these prints prove he was here after the murders were committed. If he didn't kill Black Mask, who did? The only thing I know for certain is that Tiffany's shooter was lying on the floor. But why? These white streaks are shoe polish. Whoever shot Tiffany was being dragged along the floor. Besides the victims, there were two other people in the room. Tiffany's shooter, and whoever was dragging the shooter. The location from which the male victim was shot may tell me more. The DNA here doesn't belong to either of the victims. Whose is it? The fight broke out when someone startled the shooter. It's not clear who won the fight. It could have been either one of them. Fabric analysis indicates the intruder was wearing a white suit or sport jacket. This fabric swatch could help identify the intruder, but I still can't identify the male victim's shooter. There's one impact area I haven't checked for clues. This DNA is from the female victim. The level of oxidation suggests it's been here for several days. She was sending text messages to Roman Sionis about someone named the Joker. Someone killed Black Mask. But this crime took place several days ago, and I saw Black Mask earlier tonight. The only answers I have raise more questions. Who is the Joker?
Okay, so I'm back from forensics and we ran through the fingers, so what we got. You can go. I was watching it too, so.
So how exactly are we gonna find out who murdered this guy? Well, two people now.
Oh, we start by there.
I mean, we already got two fingerprints on it, and this one, so that's 3. Two of them actually find Tiffany, which is being hung, and then we got another guy.
So we have 2 guys.
Actually, we got one guy, and then the big. He's just a bystander. And we actually found out that we're gonna have to run DNA scans, fingerprint scans, and we're gonna have to find bullet residue in both of their chests. So we're gonna have to find someone who can actually do this, and by someone I mean we're gonna have to use the forensics team. So what's your idea?
Well, first we start off with forensics and see what they found in body and go from there. Usually based on the angles, we can find out who was where. I'll start by that.
Forensic science is any science used for the purposes of law and therefore provides impartial scientific evidence for use in the courts of law, like a criminal investigation and trial. This science is when we apply scientific methods to solving crime scenes. Like sciences like physics, chemistry, and biology are used to focus on recognition of identification of physical evidence we receive, connections to a crime through our examination of physical evidence, administration of tests, interpretation of data, and reporting.
Hello, I am Tiffany Cook, a forensic scientist, which is also known as a crime scene investigator. And forensic scientists, they collect evidence and analyze it using luminol sprays, which are blue oxidizing agents that react with any type of evidence to create a blue color, which shows any bodily fluids or any evidence like that. And right here we have biological evidence, which is something that the victim can, any of their DNA can be traced back to, so lip gloss, perfume, water. And then we have evidence of like hair tissue, money, a watch, keys, anything that the victim left behind, and technological evidence, any emails that the person sent before their death or missing, and footwear that the person could have worn, so DNA can be traced back.
By now, Gotham PD thinks Roman Sionis is dead, the casualty of a turf war, murdered by the Penguin. But I know better. Someone spooked Sionis' girlfriend, so he sent her to his safe house, which was anything but safe. Sionis showed up later, ready for trouble, and found it. Or so it seemed. Roman's always been paranoid. That's probably why he's lasted this long. He'd sent in a decoy, giving himself the element of surprise, but it wasn't enough. There was a fight. Sionis lost. The killer didn't hesitate to shoot the decoy, but he wanted Roman alive to access the cash stored at the Gotham Merchants Bank. With Sionis under control, all that remained was to tie up loose ends. But it wasn't the fire that killed Sionis' girlfriend. What kind of monster forces a man to kill the ones he loves? The Joker. He's the shadow I've been chasing.